Obama is expected to announce big changes to his national security team. He's said to be preparing to bring in a new defense secretary, head of the CIA, commander in Afghanistan, as well as a new ambassador to Kabul. Well, to talk about this, I'm now joined live from New York by the director of the Trends Research Institute, Gerald Celente. Gerald, good to have you here on RT once again. Now, General Petraeus, head of the CIA, with limited experience in intelligence, the current CIA chief, Leon Panetta, the next defense secretary, but with no military experience. If these reports are true, what's the point of all these changes?
Well, it's the Washington Club. There's no change you can believe in. Go back to President Obama, how he promised to bring in a clean slate into Washington when he got elected. And all he did was bring in the rehash and the hacks that already existed. So whether it's in national security, whether it's bringing in Hillary Clinton for Secretary of State, whether it was bringing in Petraeus, a former Bush general, into action into Afghanistan, or whether it was bringing in Leon Panetta, who was really Bill Clinton's chief of staff, it's the Washington Club. It's the inepts and the incompetents.
So there's no way of nurturing fresh talent through this system. That's why we're seeing the same old faces, is it?
Exactly. Washington is the only place where you become emboldened by your failures. Let's go and listen to what General Petraeus had promised in Afghanistan when he was brought in last June. He kept talking about impressive progress. You know, every day you pick up the paper and a couple of more American soldiers have been blown away, or else they've killed a bunch of civilians. And look at the CIA under Leon Panetta. They have their own army now and their own air force. They send in Predator drones into Pakistan. They have mercenaries working for them all over the world, assassination squads, and they couldn't even predict the uprisings in the Middle East or North Africa. So again, it's the losers' club. Everything that Washington touches, it fails. Whether it's Katrina quality rescue skills, cleaning up the Gulf of Mexico, or the two losing wars they have in Afghanistan, Iraq, and now, of course, in Libya and Pakistan.
So what next, then, for Afghanistan? If Petraeus leaves there, General John Allen set to take over, how do you see the war effort continuing there then?
As it's going now, a losing effort. I mean, let's call it what it is. The American military can't beat a bunch of guys with sandals on and light arms in Afghanistan. This was the military, by the way, that defeated the Germans at the Battle of the Bulge, planted the American flag in Iwo Jima, the heart of the Japanese. They can't win in Afghanistan. They can't win in Iraq. And now Obama's just taken them to another losing war in Libya. They're losers. Call a spade a spade.
Interesting you joining up the dots between the CIA, the defense business, and all this seems to be interlinked in terms that some people might say this is rather sinister, isn't it? It seems that this musical chairs is all about war politics. Does it mean that if you're involved in something within the CIA, intelligence, or within war, that actually that's a route, a canal through to further to further authority?
Well, it's what Eisenhower warned the nation of as he was leaving office, that the military-industrial complex was taking over. So now it's the military intelligence complex that's taken over. It is what it is, and so you call it what it is. So what's happened in America is that the business of America is war, and that's why America is in the financial problems it is in. The business of China, for example, is business, and that's why China is in the condition that it's in. So America is just war-minded, and they think they're going to... They're not exporting democracy. It's just the military machine doing what it does, create war.
What about Obama's position? Is this shake-up designed to boost his, what many would say is a seriously flagging political position? Would it make any effect on his future?
Not really, because by the time the elections come, something new will be in hand. And these things could turn around on a dime. And when you look at the American political system, you know, what's the choices? You know, the Republicans have a bunch of losers, and so do the Democrats. You know, I call it, you know, you go back to the midterm elections in 2010, how they promised this great change. And, of course, we don't see it. It's like voting for the Bananos or the Gambinos. Which crime family is going to be ahead of the two-headed one-party system? So what Obama does now really won't count much when it comes to the fall classic in 2012. It's the economy, stupid, as Bill Clinton said, and more than likely that's what it will be again.
Well, I believe, Gerald, the announcement's going to come quite soon. It's quite imminent, so we'll see if these rumours will come to fruition and see if these changes do happen. In the meantime, thanks so much for your reaction on this. Live from New York, Gerald Celente, thank you.